way we want to be at contact. You always hear about announcers talking about how you should be extended at contact. So everybody thinks extension is this, and all of you today, for the most part, were too far away from your tee when you were hitting it. Okay? You need to scoot up to your tee. Extension happens after you hit the baseball. So full extension, where I have no bend in both of my elbows, happens after I hit the baseball. So when I have to scoot up to this ball in order to get to it, and when I make contact with it, I should be bent arm. So a lot of you guys might not know what a 90 degree is yet, but it's pretty close to a 90 degree bent arm. Back elbow's connected-ish to the back side hip. Okay? It shouldn't be out here at contact. Optimal contact would be right about here. Okay? So when we're hitting off a tee, so we're going to start middle, we should always be, hopefully we can move the tee so we put it middle. It's right there on the middle part of the tee. So now, as my job as a hitter, I have to come up and address this tee properly. So a lot of us, again, we're too far back here. I have to scoot up and swing this bat, and a lot of us do this to check if we're good. No, we don't swing like that. We need to check it this way. And as soon as you get good at it, you can already tell, as I just did. The key, parents, is to make sure up the middle, they're always in line with the ball / tee head or slightly behind it. When you hit middle, you are even or slightly behind the baseball or tee head. Okay, so that is the middle pitch. And we got to make sure, I could still be hitting it incorrectly if I'm too close or too far away. This would be incorrect. My foot, even though after stride out, would be even, so that's right. I'm just too far away from this baseball. So always maybe just check it once and then always be kind of paying attention to your feet. Bam, middle. There I am, connected, strong, about even. I'm letting that ball get close to me. Okay? So now we're going to move away. Away goes further into my lap. So for reference point, there it is outside. After I stride out, I'm going to stride to this ball. My feet should always remain in the same spot, just as it does when I hit off a real pitcher. So I stride out, and this ball, guys, is going to be inside, right on my front knee, all the way back to the middle part of my body. Okay? Even if you can, you'll occasionally catch balls here. As you get older and you can foul balls off, you'll be taking them back here and flipping them and just going, throw me another one. Okay? So again, we need to make sure we're in the right position to hit this baseball. So it looks like this. After stride out, I'm going to be past it. Just as I am now. My knee is out in front of that tee head. Bam! Connected, backside, barrels on the baseball. The direction of my bat head is going toward the field I'm hitting it. Okay? Last one is out in front of my front foot. It's our pole. This is the only one you hit way out in front of home plate, depending where you stand. If you stand where I do, it's the only one you should hit out in front of home plate. So again, it's here, and now I'm going to rotate. Bam, and it's out in front. So it should be anywhere from a foot to 6 inches out in front of your front foot. Okay? So again, I'm connected to my body. Bam, bat head's on it. My bat head's going toward where I should be hitting that. Okay? So we have to understand contact points while we're hitting off a tee. Otherwise, what we're teaching is improper feedback, and they're going to be looking for the same thing, parents. They're going to be looking for the same thing when they're actually playing the game. If they're sitting here and they're hitting the ball up the middle, all the way back here, expect that swing. Because that's what they're learning, and that's what up the middle feels like. So we can't put feedback into their brain telling them one thing and then expect that to change in a game. So one last thing that kind of is a little tip for a hitter. Too many kids are playing out here. So first pitch we hit is there. Last pitch we hit is here. Okay? That's the last pitch. So look at what we're working in. We're working in about 2.5 feet. That's all we play in. Baseball's a very weird game in that way because we're not offensive. We're not offensive until the ball is within our offensive striking territory, so to speak. We have to make sure that this ball gets to where we can actually strike the ball successfully. Now we can swing. Nothing else in sport is like that offensively. Everything else, basketball, you drive, you go. You determine the offensive side of it. As a hitter, we got to let it get into here. So a lot of us are trying to attack that inside pitch or middle pitch out here. And that's when kids look like this, guys. So we have to teach them this is offensive, but we're not offensive until it starts to get here. Start offensive here, offensive ends here. We have to play within 2 feet. So we can only become offensive once the ball reaches me. Okay? Make sense? Okay, good.